And with today's big events, two of them, is the GOP race for the White House finally getting into high gear? Joining me now, Chairman of Civic Forum PAC, Ford O'Connell. He's also former Director for Rural Outreach for Senator John McCain's 2008 presidential campaign. And Christopher Hahn's here, too, former aide to Senator Chuck Schumer and Democrat strategist. Great to have both of you. How are you?
Thank you. Great to be here.
Christopher, the straw poll itself, take me back and tell me whether or not it's gained or lost muster. How significant is it, or should we be focusing more on the upcoming caucus?
I think Rick Perry just proved that this straw poll is completely irrelevant. Whoever wins here today, and it's either going to be Bachmann or Pawlenty, this is going to be the last good day of their campaign. I think that this is a two-man race right now between Rick Perry and Mitt Romney. And that's what you're going to see. Listen, say what you want about Rick Perry. I have had lots of criticism about him. I think he timed this right. He's saying, look, I'm in this race. I'm a serious conservative with serious credentials as a governor, as opposed to some of these people who have very light resumes, including Bachmann. Pawlenty's got something there, but you know what? He hasn't been able to capture anything, and conservatives don't buy him as a conservative. He's also made a lot of people like Rick Santorum and even Sarah Palin less relevant today than they were earlier this morning before he got in the race. So I think this straw poll is basically a farce. I mean, the candidates basically pay people to go in and vote for them. It's really something that's fun about the Iowa State Fair that adds a little politics to it. It hasn't really predicted the winner of even the Iowa caucuses in recent elections. Right. So I think this is very irrelevant at this point.
Let me let you in here, Ford, and what we just saw were all of the candidates that are in the straw poll, the majority of them walking across the stage, greeting everybody. This is a big event. They're all there, except Mitt Romney, who won the straw poll in 2008. He chose to be in New Hampshire on Friday. Good strategy?
I don't know if it's a good strategy. You never really want to downplay Iowa because the Iowa primary voter, caucus voter, is a very entitled lot. You do need to make inroads with them. But Romney's strategy is clear. He recognizes that Rick Perry's his front runner, as his co-front runner, as does the DNC, and he's looking to angle for a New Hampshire, Nevada strategy, and hopefully he's looking to take on somebody who's going to win Iowa and South Carolina, which right now, based on Rick Perry's speech, could very well be him.
And Christopher, write-ins. You spoke about Sarah Palin. Also, Governor Perry isn't part of the straw poll today.
Right.
What kind of momentum do you think they'll see in the straw poll? Do you think that there will be a large amount of votes? And let's remember that the people who participate pay. They pay $30 to play. Right. Do you think we'll see a lot of write-ins?
You know what happens in the straw poll is that the candidates pay the fee for people to get in. So now let's see what percentage of the write-ins Rick Perry gets. I think that he will get a very large percentage of the write-ins, people who don't go in on the dime of some candidate that's put them in the room. I think you'll see that today. Whether that's right or wrong, listen, I'm a Democrat. I support the president's reelection, and I think this is going to be a great race to talk about the future of our country. But I'm talking about Republican politics today. I think Rick Perry has really taken the story away from Ames. People like Pawlenty, who have put a lot of money and a lot of effort into Iowa, are going to be very disappointed. Even if they win today, the story tomorrow on the Sunday talk shows is going to be about Perry. It's not going to be about them.
And so, Ford, let me ask you to go back, and we listened to Rick Perry. He talked for more than 20 minutes, and mostly he cited things that Washington and the president are doing wrong, things he says he would do differently. Should he have been more specific about what he has in mind, what his plan or strategy might be for our nation?
Why should he be specific when the president hasn't been specific for almost 3 years now? What we witnessed today was Rick Perry hitting all the notes on the stump. I got shivers. What we learned also is that he's in a bull. The DNC and President Obama really have something to worry about, as does his potential co-front runner, Mitt Romney. So it's really, depending on what happens in this straw poll for Bachmann and Pawlenty, we really could see a very big narrowing of the field, and we really could see a Romney-Perry head-on collision.
Gentlemen,
well, Ford knows this, that you're never more popular than the day before you announce for president. Now we're going to start picking apart his record. We're going to see the jobs that he created were jobs that people didn't want to sneak across the border to take.
All right,
so
gentlemen,
let's watch and let's talk about it.
Best jobs record in the country, my friend.
I have to leave it there, but thank you so much.
Unemployment 7 in New York.
This is certainly an exciting day.
Pennsylvania Avenue with 8.
This is an exciting day, and without a doubt, the campaign on the GOP side is in full gear now. Thanks so much. Good to see both of you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Okay.
Could you tell that the campaign is well underway?